Right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. So we need to do EGP EDG 1501. This is for University of South Africa. Assignment number 2. The question paper before you. This is EDG. I also have EGP. I also have EGP. So basically, it's the same paper. The only difference is your question 1. Question 1, the drawing is the same. However, for EDG, you need to use the software. And for EGP, you need to use your drawing instruments, meaning it's your pencil, it's your ruler, it's your drawing board, it's your A3 paper, just like that. So I want us to do, I will use the software to do question 1. I will also use the software to do question 2. So your question 2 for both EDG and EGP, you need to use your drawing instruments. You don't have to use, or you must not use the software. However, I will use the software on my side so that you can have light. You can see what to put on the paper. Right. I believe you guys have a question paper, because I will stop sharing the paper. And I am using Autodesk Inventor Professional. I'm using 2025 version. I'm using 2025 version. So first thing first, starting, if I were to start this, I will take on, I can take on the line, choose the plane. I will do that line, dimension it. The length of my drawing, it's 52 plus 43. So this is what I have. And let me put everything at the center. Center point, guys, it's very, very important. You center line that. And now, let's just draw what we see. So this is what I see. This is what I see. And we can now just dimension it. We can now just dimension whatever we have. So the entire diameter on that one, it's 60. 60. We go on the smaller one, it's 34. And the distance 25 from the base until that. So automatically we'll get the other one that side. And then about the chamfers or the fillets, let me take a default of 2. Unless if it's given, but I cannot see it there. So I'll just take a default of 2. You can always change if you can see it, but on my side, I cannot see it. I cannot see it. So the other thing, I believe there's a hole there. Let me just put it like this. Let me put it like this. Take on the line. Can just take it until that point. Can just take it until that point. And one other part that I need to do. There are 2 different parts here, guys. how do I see the hatch lines? The hatch lines. So this is actually an assembly. This is actually an assembly because the hatch lines, they are pointing different ways. They are pointing different ways. So let me take it like that. And we can now revolve. We can just revolve it like that. Can just revolve it like that. And let's take on a structure right at the bottom. Let's just ensure that we can see it nicely. Take a point, mark it there, go 3D, take a hole. You want a hole there. Let's view it like this. The type of hole that I want. This is the hole that I want. So the diameter there, it's 20. And the actual diameter of the hole is 12. It's 12. And it goes deep. This hole goes deep by, let's see, it goes deep. Let's just take it straight to the center. So let's just take it straight to 57. Sorry. Let's take it straight to 52. I mean, 52 like that. Let's take it straight 52. It doesn't have threads, so it's just a simple hole, no sitting. The sitting is just a flat. It's not a drill. It's just a flat. And then we have that hole like that. And another sketch there on top. We have another sketch there on top. We've got another sketch. I just want to see, let's complete that. There's a component inside there. There is a component inside there. It's just the same as, let's take that 5 away because it's two different components. So let's take that 5 away. We will redraw it. Let's take that 5 out. Like that. We will come back to that 5. We will come back to that 5. And then I want us to create a sketch. Let's use that plane. It's still fine. Can use that plane. Let's cut it so that we can see what we will be doing. So that we can see what we will be doing. I'll first take on the circle. I can first take on the circle. Like that. Let's dimension it from the bottom to the center. It's that 52. That 52. And the diameter of that circle is, let's see if we are given, it's smaller than 22. It's smaller than 22. Let's see, that side is 22. I can make it 20 for now. Can just make it 20 for now. Take on the line. And to the center. We've got something like that. take on a straight line like that. And select that straight line, make a center line, take on your dimension from there to there. It's 22. The diameter is 22. I need this to be on the center, so you mount it at 0. And you will have that line. Let's just take a fillet. Let's just take a fillet for that. And have something like that. And let us trim what we do not want. So we do not want that part, that little part right there. And let's see what else do we have. Let's see what else do we have. Let's see before we can move on. Right. I believe this is what we have, and we can now revolve. We are revolving that, but we are cutting like this. So this is what we have. The next thing, we've got a PCD of 40. We've got a PCD of 40, and we will now have our points for the circles, for the holes. We will have those points. We can select our circle, delete it. We do have our points. We'll go to 3D. We take on the hole. So it's those holes. Let's see the type of a hole that we have. It's just a simple hole. No sitting. It's just a simple hole. And this hole there at the end, we've got something like that. Let's see this one. Counter ball, spot face. Let's use the counter ball. And the sitting, it's at an angle. It's an angle sitting, the diameter. Let's check on the diameter. So this is M8. So the diameter, it means it's 8. Meaning the diameter is 8. And now it goes the entire length is 22. And this one, it's the diameter, it's 19. 19. And this diameter there, we can make it smaller than 8. We can make it 7. We can just make it 7 if we want to. And we've got our holes, if you can see them. Here are our holes like that. And this is what we have. This is what we have. And let's create, there's a pipe joining that side. There's a pipe joining. So let's check on our what we call plane. So we will take this plane. We will take this plane. We will take on the cycle, just to ensure that everything is at the center. dimension it. So that pipe is 34. Dimension is 34. Well, dimension is 34. And it will cause us to have another drawing on the end. Just want to see if we can offset this. Just want to see if we can offset this the simplest way. Even what we did, it's correct, but let's rather not get confused. Let me create just a small shape there. I will delete it. I will delete it, just a small shape. Just a small shape right there. Can do that default of 10 or 5, it's fine. Or rather, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me rather create it here. It's the simplest part. It's the simplest part. Do it by that 5. Create. Now create a shape there. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? Okay, guys, forgive me for that. Let me just undo this. Let's take on a shape there. Forgive me for that. Let me take on the rectangle and let me get everything by the center like that, so that I can start everything at the center because the dimensions are from the center. And let me extrude. I can extrude it like that and take on the shape. Now this is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want. I can take on the circle. I can take on the circle right there. I will delete it. It's just that I'm doing this like an amateur. I'm doing this like an amateur. Forgive me for that. And right, like that. I did 60, if you did notice. I did 60 and take on that plane, create a shape. Take on your circle. Obviously, it will be at the center. That is our center. And that is 34. That is 34. Take on the dimension. It's 52 from right there. That's 52. And this is what we have. And let us extrude. Let us extrude that. We are going to the opposite direction. And we are cutting. We want to touch there. And this is it. This is it. And for this one, we can just create a shape there, or rather a sketch. Zoom it as much as possible. Take on your rectangle. This is what we have. Extrude. Extruding that, cutting it through, and here we are. Here we are. In fact, this shape was supposed to be that side, but nonetheless, you can always view it like that. Can always view it like that. Let's rather also get a hole there. Let's get a hole there. So get a mark right at the center. 3D, take on a hole. And the hole that we want is that one. The diameter, we've got 12. So it's the same hole. It's just the same hole. So this will be 22. And this will be 12. And it will go deep by 60. So it will have to go right at the center. The seating doesn't matter. We can do it flat. We can even do it at an angle since it will just be there. So it's fine. And we cut it like that. This is what we now have. This is what we have. This is what we have. No. Basically, it's not 60. It's not by 60. Because there's that 15. So yeah, there's that 15. There's that 15. I did get a mark right there and 3D hole. We take that hole. So it's not 60. Rather, it will be the diameter, the entire diameter, it's 60. So 30 minus 15 will be left with 15. So it's 60 plus 15. It will be 60 plus 15. So our hole will come. What have I done? What have I done now? It was all good. So this will be 60 plus 15. 60 plus 15. And our hole will end right. It will penetrate a little bit so that we can have that distance of 15 from somewhere here until where the hole ends. Until where the hole ends. And then we are done with this part. We are done with this part. Create yet another file. This is sectional drawings. Create yet another file. We can take on that plane. And that is 60. That is 60. And from that 60, we can have a PCD. A PCD, it's 40. And have those marks again. Have just the 4 marks. Like that. Select this, delete. Take on the cycle. Have 4 of them. Have 4 of them. Dimension just 1, which will be 8. Make it equal. So I want this to be equal to that. Just like this. And 3D model. 3D model. And we'll go in by 5. Like that. Go at the bottom. Create a shape. Create a shape at the bottom of a diameter 22. 3D model. You extrude. Now we're extruding that by, is it given? Not given, I believe it will also be 5. So this will come and close here. It will come and close right at that point. It will come and close right at that point. So what is inside here? According to this question paper, is there a part list? Okay, this question 1 doesn't have a part list. Doesn't have a part list, but if you can see, we did draw part number 1. We have drawn part number 5. We have drawn part number. Okay, we need to draw part number 3. We did draw part number 2. Part number 5, we didn't draw it. Part number 5, it's a spring. Part number 5, I believe that's a spring that you will put it in. So let's take, we did draw 1 and 2. Let's draw part number 3. I'm not sure what's the name of that, but it looks like sort of a deep bush, if I can put it like that. So we'll take on a center line like that. Let's just ensure that our center line is straight vertically. This is what we have. Let's dimension. So the entire part, it will be, let's see if everything is given. If all is given, let's see. Okay, it seems like we are not given. But I will take it from 43 minus 10 because of the cover. 43 minus 10. I will be left with 33. Let me keep it 33. Let me keep it 33. And let's put everything right at the center. Putting everything at the center, it helps us when we have to edit our sketch. Make that a center line. And then we have something like that. Let's dimension. This dimension there, it will be 22. It will be 22, and this, let's keep it at 20. Let's keep it at 20. And this, let me see. Let me see, at 10, it keeps in there. I'm just deciding to take it deep a little bit. Let me see, 7. Let me see, it was 5. So let me keep it at that 5. We can always edit our drawings and we can trim whatever we do not want. And this is what I have, and let us revolve this. Let us revolve it like that. Let us revolve it like that. Why does it appear to be in that shape, in that color? It appears to be in that color. I don't know what wrong have we done. Make sketch visible. There's something wrong with this part. Okay, let's just edit the sketch. I see what went wrong. It's the center line. It's the center line. Supposed to also join there, and we can complete now. Let's see. Now we can be able to create a sketch. But there's something wrong with this drawing. There's still something wrong with our drawing. If you can see, let me rather not save it, recreate. So now at least you know everything. I'll take on that. I'll dimension that. So I said the dimension, it will be 33. It will be 33. Let me add that 5. Select that, make it a center line. Take on that, a line. This is what we have. Take on the circle. Dimension. This is 22. This is 20. From there to there, it's 5. No, it's not 5. It's not 5. Let me see 15. Let me see 10. Yes, it's 10. So that point can be sort of a tangent, can form something like a tangent, and then let us trim whatever we do not want. Okay, it doesn't allow me to trim. Let me make it 11 and see, something like that. Now I believe I can trim. Yes. And let's revolve. Perfect. This is what we want. Create a sketch there. Get a mark. Create a hole. Create a hole. So our hole, it's just a simple one. Just a simple one. Just a simple hole, yes, at an angle, or we can even do V, but that angle, it's fine. And we take it deep. So this was 33 plus 5, so it was 38. We can take it deep by, 33. The diameter of it, it would be, let me see, we've done 22, we've done 20, it's 12. The diameter is 12. Let's see right there at the bottom. So it's a bit too much. Let's try 30. 30, it makes sense. It makes sense. So it will be 30. We need to remember that 30 so that we can be able to draw item number 5. This is what we have. And let us now draw item number. Let us now draw item number 4. Let us draw item number 4. It looks like it's a rectangle. It looks like this is a rectangle. Let's dimension it. Are we given any dimensions? All I know is that this is 22, this side, but the going up, or rather the width, it's not given. The width, it's not given. And this, okay, this is a rectangle. This is a square. Not a square, I mean a round. This is a round. I can see by that diameter it's given as 22. So we can take on that shape and let's dimension that. So that height, since that height it's not given, I want to estimate it and make it 10. I want to make it 10. Let's put this at the center. Let's do this center line. Let's take on a line. Until that point, let's take on a circle. Let's take on a circle. Can take a circle somewhere there, dimension that circle. That circle should be 20. Is it 20? Yes, it should be 20. The distance between the center of the circle, because I want it 5 somewhere there. So the distance, that distance, let me see if I can make it 5. It goes in, let me try 7, something like that. I think it's something like that. And then let us trim what we do not want. Let us revolve. We're not extruding, we are revolving like this. So this is what we have. This is what we have. And another one, we were drawing item number 4. Let's draw the last item, number 5. The last item, number 5. Let's take on we need a distance of, remember that 30 that we spoke about, that I said we must not forget that 30. Put this center line, put that center line. Let's take on a line, or can even take on a circle. Can even take on a circle, but yeah, that is a spring. That is a spring. The dimension of it can make it 2. Can even make it 2. And let's see. Let me try to make a line right there. Select the very same line. Okay, let me delete that so that it doesn't disturb me. Select that line, make it a center line like that. Back to your dimension at 30. And let me try and make a coil. That is a coil, and I want exactly like that. The dimension, sorry about that. The dimension from there to there. It should be, since the inside is 12, the inside is 12. What happened? What happened? Why it's not moving? So from there, something like that. Something like that. Let's check now if we are getting it in that way. So this is what we now have. This is what we now have. Item number 1 until item number 5. And let us save our items. I won't give them rather names. So this is module code. Okay, I just need to save in a correct folder. So you can save on your preferred folder. This is assignment number 2 of 2026. And let me save it right there. I won't give them names. I won't give them names. I'll just leave them as those parts. Part number 2. Part number 1. Like that. And the next thing, let me try to assemble them. Let me try to assemble them. So I'll go on a place, look at the folder that we've been doing. This is the folder. I will take my part number 1. I'll take my part number 1. Let me see. I'll take it like that and place ground at origin. And the next one, I will take on part number this 1. Put it there. We might as well take on that. We put it there. And let's constrain. The center line will be at that center line. Like that. I want to join. Let me cancel and separate them and ensure that I've got space. Now I want to join this part here and that part there. Does it join? Yes, perfect. And now I can go on view, take half section, take on the plane. Let's find that plane. I'm happy with it. And okay, like that. No. Where are my drawings now? Unless I have to take that side, yes. And I can take that plane and put it there. Can take on that plane and put it there. And let's constrain the center line to that center line. This side, I believe we will have to get something, a shape there, so that we can be able to fit that part. So we can for now try to constrain, or maybe let me try to join and see if it will allow me to take that point to that point. Let me see if it allows. Okay, it did allow. Let's take on that spring. Let's take on that spring. Let's rotate it until it's upright like this. Constrain the center. Seems like it doesn't want to give me a center line. The spring doesn't want to give me a center line. It seems like the spring doesn't want to give me a center line, but it had a center line. As I was drawing it, it had a center line. Anyway, let's leave it out for now. Let me delete it there. I will fit it whenever I want. And now we can close that sectional view. And close that sectional view. And we can put on the cover. Can put on that cover, constrain it. That to that. Why it doesn't give me an option? Because this is not aligned, it's not giving me an option. Anyway, let me constrain. I'll just constrain a hole now. This hole. This hole. I'll take it to that hole. And I will constrain this hole to that hole. And constrain this surface to that surface. And now this is my component. This is my component. So if I like, can make that beige. And part number 2, we can make that gold. Part number 4, I can make it silver. Part number 5, can make it mild steel. And until I have something like that. Until I have something like that. And now, let's go there. NSI. Let's check the question. Question 1. In Appendix A, there are 2 primary views of the release valve. Draw a detailed drawing of the body according to scale 1:1 and in the third angle orthographic projection. We want a half sectional view with the right half in section. And we also want a full sectional right view and add 10 dimensions. So we'll take this, let me see. Oh, we need to save it. We needed to save it. So this is the drawing. Let me put it like that. So they said in a third angle orthographic projection. So they want, let me for now put it in a third angle orthographic projection. So if that is a front, I'll have a top there. I will have a left view that side, but let me put the right view there. Let me have it like that. Let me have auxiliary views, something like that. So you see we are not that far with our drawing. All we need is that spring in there. We can just insert it. I will go back to it and see what's happening. And now the question, the half right view. The half right view. So it will be something here. It will be something here. So I can delete this view. I can delete this view and do the section. I want a half right view like that. On the half front. Okay. Sorry about that. So the question, they want a half front view, the right section, with the right side being sectioned. So the best way to get that, you can delete that view. We can delete this view. Let me see if we can delete it. It will have to delete both views. Fine, perfect. Let's get this very same view. Let's point it that side. Let's get it like this. Let's get it like that. Let's have it auxiliary like this. Now they are looking for the half section with the right side. The right side is this side. Say continue. And this is exactly what they are looking for. This is exactly what they are looking for, like that. And then the next one, a full sectional right view. A full sectional right view. So the view needs to come this side. A view needs to come this side. So we'll go there. We'll go there. Is it at the center? Let's make sure that we are at the center. That is the center. Say continue. And we get it there. That's a full sectional view. And they need at least 10 dimensions. So the 10 dimensions is up to you. You can add them there. Let's add. I've got that dimension. I've got that dimension. I've got that. I've got that until they are 10. Can even zoom those ones. I've got that dimension. This one doesn't make sense because of that decimals. I don't want decimals. So it will raise questions that I've estimated some dimensions. Remember when we had to estimate? Until there are 10. So far we've got 7. Got 7. Can even come there. 8. 9. The last one, 10. So this is question 1, complete like that. That's question 1, complete in just like that. And now for your question 2, it's just the same thing. We've got how many parts? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 parts. We've got 7 parts. I can save this. I can save this and close. Let me just close everything. About the spring, you don't have to worry. You can just add anything, or you can just put threads. You can just do some threads and put it there. The main aim is the understanding. So for your question 2, I will start with item number 1. Take on a plane. I don't think I need to revolve in this one. I don't think I need to revolve anything in this one. But let's see what we get. Let's just see what we will get. Okay, we'll have a PCD. We will have a PCD. Take on the dimension, the bigger one. It's 120. The PCD, it will be at, let's see, is it given? Is it given for the PCD? Okay, I can't see it. I can't see it. If I can't see it, let me delete it and be left with that. Let me get a shape. I know that I have a tangent there. I have a tangent there. I've got those 2 circles. They are the ones that will give me correct dimension. And then from that center until that, it's 83. I've got that 83. And I've got the dimension of that, which is 20. And for this one, is the smaller ones, it's 12. And we can now trim that part. We can trim that part. And then we've got that. Let's trace that center. We've got the 12. Like that. Now we have our PCD just like that. We have our PCD just like that. We can take on the cycle and we can have it like that. Take on the cycle. Have that. Have that. And the bottom one, let's leave it for now. Let's leave the bottom one for now. So I want this circle to be equal to this one and that one. Escape and delete that cycle. We do not need that cycle. We don't need that cycle. And the next part, we take on a line. We've got that. Let us change it. And we change it there. We can trim that part. Can trim again. Okay, before we can trim, let's put back our PCD. Let's put back our PCD. We take on a line from the center there. We change it our PCD and we take on the circle, and where the PCD and this vertical line meet, where the tangent, and this is what we have, and we can trim what we do not want. We erase that line, get inside, erase that line, and we can erase our PCD. And let us trim inside that part. This is what we have. This is the best shape that we can get. And let us extrude. Let us extrude that by 12, by 16. We extrude that by 16. Let's create a shape there. Take on a circle. Have that, and have that dimension. So we've got 20, so meaning it will be 40. The smaller ones, we have 16. Got 16. And the distance in between them, I'm trying to draw that ellipse shape. That ellipse shape. So the distance is 68. Let's see. No, it's 52. So that distance there, it's 52. So that the distance there can be 26. So that it can be 26. So the 68, it will be from the end points. It will be from the end points. So this, since this is an ellipse, we'll need 4 lines at least. We'll need 4 lines at least, and we change it that. And this is what we have. Let's ensure that everything is at the center. We'll put 0. And we'll put 0 again. And we can trim whatever we do not want. So this is what we have. Let us extrude. We're extruding this by how much? Let's see. By 23. We're extruding it by 23. That's what we have. And what else? Let's rather do our holes then. Center marks. Center mark that. Center mark that. 3D holes. So we've got our center marks like that. The type of a hole, it's a simple hole. It's just a simple hole. And the distance of it, it's 15, it's given. The sitting at an angle, it's fine, we are happy. And that's it. Create your threads. Put on your threads right there. And also put on your threads right there. This is what we have. There's something wrong that happened here. If you can see, if you can check there, that point, we will fix it. We will fix it. How do we fix? This was the first extrusion. Let's edit the sketch. Let's edit the sketch. Editing our sketch was to cut there and everything like that. Still, there's something. Let's go back to it. Edit that sketch. Trim that part. And let's conclude that. Let's see. Okay, our cycles are gone now. We can always get them before we go far. Let's get our PCD. I know very well that it was 100. And we've got that 12. We had another one there. We change it. That, get a cycle of 12. And we can delete that. Can delete that and 30. We take on that. We take on that. We're cutting through. And this is what we now have. This is what we now have. Something like that. Something like that. And the next part, let's create a shape there. Take on a center mark. Take on a hole. We want that hole. And our hole, just simple like that, counter bore. The diameter is 28. And let's see. I took a wrong hole. Let's cancel all that. Let's rather take a cycle. We'll just use an extrusion command. So we've got that 28. Let's extrude. We're extruding that by 15. We are cutting deep. We've got that. And also, let's create yet another whole cycle. So since that was 28, we can do another one for 26. We can do another one for 26. You will see it why. Let's extrude it by 3. Let's extrude it by 3, and we are cutting to that side. This is it. And the next part, create, take on a cycle. The diameter there, it's 18. The diameter is 18. We cut it through. We cut it through like this. So that 3, we are going to loft. We are going to loft this to that. Let's see if we're getting it right. No. I got it wrong. So it's loft. I need this to that. Let me see now. Doesn't want loft again. So loft command, guys, is just a trial and error, but I want that surface to be on that surface. Let's see. No. Try loft again. Let me see that and that. And yes, we are joining. No. I don't want it like that. Loft, solid. Okay, if it's solid, loft, select the sections. Let me try that. Let me try that. I don't think it will allow me. So in this one, I have no choice but to win. I just have to win. So these are the parts, edges, that edge, let me see, doesn't allow us. Let me see if I can take on that surface. Take on that surface. No. So we just have to build something conical like that. And I don't want to sweep, because if I were to use sweeping, I'm just missing something very, very small. And it's now wasting my time. We're not cutting. And this is right. Yes, we need to join. Okay, let me skip that for now. I cannot spend 10 minutes in doing one thing. I will get it after I've done everything. So let me complete my part number one. Let me rather complete my part number one. Going there, the back, take on the shape, cycle. We've got that, we've got that. Dimension that one. It's gonna be 36. It's gonna be 36. Extrude that 36. We will be extruding it by 16. We'll extrude it by 16. Like that. Create yet another shape there. Take on a cycle. Have that 18. Now we've got a new one of 24. 3D extrude. We want that part. We are going deep. We're going deep by how much? 30. We're going deep by 30. So this is what we will have. And what else are we leaving behind? Take on the shape there. Take on the cycle. We've got 84. Got that 84. 3D. This is it. And we are going by 6. We are going by 6. And this is what we have. So we are done with that part. We can go to another part, part number 2. We can go to part number 2. Take on that. We have this. So you can already tell that where will you fit part number 2. You can tell where you're gonna fit part number 2. Your dimensions. You dimension the bigger 140. You dimension the small one 18. This 18 as well. The distance in between them is 52, if you remember well. And that one we did 26, so that it can be that, and we need 4 lines. And we can change it. Like that. Let's ensure everything is at the center. Let's ensure everything at the center, and let's trim. I know that you are required to use your pencil to draw this, but this will help you to get the correct shape required. And let's complete this line. make it a tangent there. And this, it's 8. Same this side, it's 8. And extrude, we're gonna extrude that by 7. Gonna extrude that by 7, create a shape there. Take on that circle, create a shape 28. Take on. We are extruding that by 25 minus 7 minus 3. So it's going to be 15. It's going to be 15. And again, create a shape there. Have that. So it's going to be, remember that 18. Remember that 18, and we'll extrude it by 3. Gonna extrude it by 3, like that. Let's try again the loft. I want that. I want that. Let's see. Yes, this is what I want. It needs to be like that. So even on that other part, just there inside, you'll go back to the trial. If you want to use this software to just keep practice, especially for those who are doing EMO 1601. And then this is what we have. And our part, it's, is it complete? There is a hole. There is a hole. The diameter of it and the diameter of our hole, it's 18. It's 18. And extrude, we are cutting it through. So this is what we have. Perfect. Another part. Let's go to part number 3. Where is part number 3? Okay, part number 3, I can see it. We're almost done. Take that view. Take that line, dimension that line. It's going to be 12 plus 6 because of the 3. So it's going to be 18. Put it at the center. We're going to revolve. Select that, make it a center line. Take on the circle, the line. Draw what you see. Draw what you see. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Having that dimension, the bigger one is 110. It's 110. Till we've got something like that. And it goes in the smaller one, it's 90. It's 90. We've got something like that. We've got that space. Got that space of 3. We've got that space of 3. Just to make sure that all this is at the center. So dimension, the center. We'll go back to that center just to ensure that it's at the center. So we get that this is what we have. this is what we have. And we have something like this. We've got something like that shape. So from there to there, it's 30. It's 30. And what else do we have? From there to there, it's 90. Goes right there. It goes deep because even that side, we have the same thing. So you can always reflect. Can always reflect to that side, dimension that. The distance is 8. We are told it's 8. So we just need to, so it's going to be 18 minus 8. It's going to be 5. Going to be 5 so that it can be 5 on the other side as well. And we have a line. That line from there to there, it's 16, like that. And we can trim that part, can do the fillet. I did the default of 2, it's fine, like that. Even on the side, like this. What else do we need? From that side to that side is 12. So the dimension, so here we're just making sure now from here to here, yes, it's 12. And we've got the dimension of 4. It should be from here to here. They said it's 4, like that. So automatically it will get the angle there. We are done. Revolve. And we are revolving that part. Select the axis, and here it is. Here it is. Like this. And then let us go to item number. Let us go to item number 4. Let us go to item number 4. How are we gonna do that? It seems like we're gonna have to estimate a lot of dimensioning. Gonna have to estimate a lot of dimensioning. So that 44, 44, I'll do that 88. I'll do that 88. The small hole inside, it's M10. It's M10. So it's gonna be 10. It's gonna be 10. And let's see what else. Gonna have to do a lot of dimensioning in this one. Gonna have to do a lot of dimensioning because most of the dimensions, they are not given. I'll take that line. I'll take that line. I'll take that line. I'll take that line. And let's see. So this will be a bit complicated. Let me take that. I'll just change it to that. Change it to that. And from here, there's a little bit of a circle somewhere there. I'll just change it to this, change it to that, change it to that. The angle we are not given, hence I'm saying a lot of dimensioning. Let me choose to make it 15. Okay, I'll need a line, a center line, so that I can always reference to. Make it a center line. Take there. Let me make it 15 and see. Make it 15 like that. Let me make that 15 as well. Let me try to trim and see if I can win. Before I trim, let me get a center line. Dimension the angles 15 so that nothing changes. Dimension that one 15. Let me do something like this. Change it that. Change it to that. Okay, so this one, guys, it will just have to be a trial and error. Let me see it like this. But I believe when you do on your side, all you will see is the side views. All you will see is just the side views. So something like maybe something like mark a center point in that point. Let me dimension from them to them. It's going to be 44. Right. Let me remove this. While thinking, let me do item number 6. Let's not waste time on what we are trying to win but not winning. The entire length is 34 plus 48 plus 30 plus 29. It's 141. Ensuring that it's at the center. . What's happening now? Doesn't even allow me to get a center line. Doesn't allow me now to have a center line. Okay, it was because of that center line. Let me see now. Still, it doesn't allow me. No stress. I can always no save. Just open a new one. Can just open a new one, take on a line like that. Have that and have that. The dimension we said it's 141. Like this, and we center line that, take on a line. We just draw what we see. So this is what we see. Now we can dimension. The small one that side, it's M10. The small one that side, it's M16. And we've got 18, sorry, we've got 18 there, followed by 20, followed by 14, and now the distance, it's 5. And the distance is 29. It's 29. So when we did the entire length, we did not cover the 5. So it's going to be 141 plus 5. So we've got 29, we've got 5, and then we've got 30. We've got 48. We've got 34. Automatically, it's there. Right. What else do we need? Right there. What else do we need? Nothing. And revolve. Gonna revolve that just like that. We do threads. We need threads this side, the same direction. We are fine, but it needs to go deep by 20. Needs to go deep by 20. And this side we've got M10, put in threads. It goes by 29. And this is it. It's done like that. Let us do the bush. Take on the cycle. Take on those 2 cycles. The first one is 24. The second one is 20. And extrude. Take it. We're extruding it by 30. This is what we have. And okay, the only part left now, it will be that item number. Okay, item number 7, I wouldn't count it. So it's just a bolt. we can always get it from the design center. So the only problem now left, it will be our part number 4. It will be our part number 4. It will be our part number 4. Let me try it like this. We dimension that 26, making sure it's at the center, and select it, make it a center line, take on a line, got that. I want it parallel. So I'll have something like that. Take on your dimensions. So from there to there, the dimension of that hole is 10. And from there to that line, the dimension is 88. And the distance from there to there is 10. And this line, if you can check, it goes something like that. It goes something like this. So let me delete that one. Take on the dimension. So from there to there, it's 14. And we've got something like that. We've got something like this. And let's evolve. Here it is. And we can now create whatever shape we want to create now. Then let's dimension it a little bit, 45. Let's try 35. Let's try 35. Rather, let me do something like this and see if it will allow me that to that and that to that. Fine. And let me have a construction line right there. Let me have another construction line right there. Make it construction. Make it construction. Let's have an angle. Let's make it 20. Something like that. Have a cycle. Have those cycles. Let me make them all equal. Let me make them all equal. One that to be along that. Let me make another line like this. To be right there. To be right there. To be right there. That is 20 as well. And let me make it 20 as well. And have something like that. Let me make this tangent, and that tangent. So now, just to get a shape, I don't have to do everything fancy. All I need is a shape. All I need is a shape. Let me take that. Let me have that back. Let me have something like that. Let me make a tangent. Just making tangents for everything so that when I trim, nothing changes. So this is what I now have. So let me make it a bit nice. I know I'll trim there, I'll trim there, I'll trim there. Let me take on a line. Let me make it like that. Let me make it like that. Like that. And lastly, it will be like that. And let me trim. I don't want that part. I don't want that line. So I'll erase that side. I'll erase that side. Erase there, erase there. So I believe it can be something like that. I believe it can be something like that. It will be ugly, I agree, but the main aim is to get, we need that part off, need that part off, and we are cutting it through. So yeah, now there's a bit of a sense. There is a bit of a sense. The understanding is there. It might not be what we want, but it looks like a windmill. It will rotate. That's the main aim. That's the main aim. It will rotate. And now let's save all this. So this will be on its folder. So it will be question 2. So the name of the folder, it will be question 2. Let me save all that on question number 2. Let me save this as well. Question number 2. Let me save that. Question number 2. Question 2. And lastly, question number 2. And let us assemble. Let us assemble. So we will take that Question number 2. Item number 7. We will take this and place ground at origin. So here it is. Next one, we're gonna take on, let me see. Let's take on the shaft. Let's take on the shaft. So our shaft will be, let's see if we need to rotate it well. We need to be careful when rotating this. We need to be careful when we have to rotate this. So the M10, it's fine, it will be that side. I believe this is how it should be. Let's put it like that. We can just rotate it again if it's not according to how we want it. The next part, let's take on maybe our washer, our bush. Let's put it there. The next one, let's take that windmill or that rotating part. Try to rotate it. So I believe it will come somewhere there. Let's also take on this cover. Obviously, we know it's coming to close this side. So we can only rotate it like this. Yes, like this. Perfect. And this is what we have. Let's now see our bush. We need in the shaft where we have a distance of 30 and also diameter of 20. So this is the part. This is the part. Let's constrain it while we see it. Like this. And constrain again. We need this line to be on that line. Yeah, it is. And what else do we need now? So this hole here, it's 28. 28. Do we have a part whereby we've got 28 in the shaft? No, we do not have that part. So now we've got a new part in the shaft, which is 24. So where are we going to fit this? The 24, and it goes in by 30. So it's that side. If you remember well, it will be that side. So let me try and rotate this. Where am I? Now it will be like this. So if I were to put it like this, so that you can see, I'll constrain that axis and that axis. And now, if it comes in here, how will it be this side? So obviously, I need to, or rather I was not supposed to rotate it. It was standing just fine. We're standing just fine like that. So that distance of 24, I will constrain this axis to that axis. And now, okay, this a little bit. I will constrain this end part to this end part. Let's see if it's standing how I want it. But if I close here, that 10 needs to, guys, that rotation, it was fine. That rotation was fine. So it stands like that. It stands like that. It's not rotating. Okay, if it's not rotating, let's forcefully rotate it. I will choose that surface to be on that surface. Let's see. Okay, it wants us to rotate it. It wants us to rotate it. So we will rotate. Okay, doesn't allow that rotation. Both of them will rotate. Okay. Okay, it doesn't allow that rotation. So the best way is to select both of them, delete. I'll place them back. So it's a shaft. It's a shaft. It needs to be, yes, like this. And then the bushes like that. And constrain that and that. Now you will constrain this part in that part. Now you will constrain the axis and the axis. We'll remove this. And now you will constrain this. Now this is exactly what we want in that part. And here it is now. Here it is now. We know that surface when you come to that axis. So we can constrain the surface to be on that surface. And we are left with the cover. Constrain the surface or the axis. Constrain that in that hole. And constrain the surface to be on that surface. And what did we leave behind? M8. Those M8, they need to come there. So you will go to the design center. You will go to the design center. And let me search M8. Search M8. This is the M8 that I get. Let me take this one, metric. It's two of them. So it's two of them. That one. Let's see if it did select. It did, yeah, it did search the other hole as well. So this is what we have. And then what else do we need? We need to secure. We need to secure that. We need to secure that. So we will go on the design center as well and search that site. It's M10. So we will search, it's M10. Let's see what we are finding. We just need a small nut. It's taking time. I think it's because I said 10 instead of M10. Instead of M10. So we'll just get something just to lock in there. I can as well get this. Just to lock in here. Just like that. And escape. And this is what we now have. Yeah, this is what we now have. So to answer their question now, they said they want a full sectional front view. So a primary component of a propeller are given. These parts, okay, draw 1:1, a full sectional front view of the assembly in your drawing, right? And then remember, you will save this propeller and you will go on the NSI in millimeters, take on the base. So this is the propeller that we have. I think it stands like this. Let's see if that was the front view. So it can be something like this. So they want a full sectional front view. So fine, it was fine like this. It was fine like this. And let me do that. Let's have auxiliary view like this. And let's have a sectional. So I'm not so sure whether the front view will be this way or that one is for you guys to find out. Or like that, but I don't think it will be like that. I believe this will be the one. But the shaft, remember, like always, you do not section the shafts. You do not section the shafts. So this is what we have. What else do they want? So I will delete that view. I will delete that view. They need a projection symbol, a part list, a scale will be there, a title block will be there. So a part list, let's give maybe a lecture the bonus of sectional view so that our part list can be well. Let's put it like that. We can also play around changing the colors. Can play around. Galvanized gold. Let's do a mild steel on this one. Okay, you'll do it. Let's do a green. Let's do nickel on that one. Then we come there. Yeah, it is. We come there. It needs to update as well. Needs to update. It has updated. Here it is. Everything is right in there. And now we go to annotate. We go to part list. We select that. Okay. Okay. And here is our part list. We do the balloons. Let's do the auto balloons. We select that. We select highlight everything. And like can do around. And here it is. Here it is. So the part list, this is what he wants. Let's just dimension everything. So here he wants a full sectional front view. This is the view he wants. This is the view that your lecture wants. This view. If I were to do the dimensioning from there to there, it's 120. From there to there, 16. From there to there, it's 18. From there to there, it needs to be 68. Is it 68? No. Unless if I put it on a wrong, okay. Something like this is because of that part, since it's rotating. So you will do it 88. You will do it 88. So here it's because it's rotating. It needs to rotate since it's a propeller. And the distance from there to there, 16. From there to there, 22. From there, 40. Still 40 that side. It's 20 in there. It's 25 in there. 7. What else do we have? It's 10. So you wouldn't have to worry about this locker part when you have to take it to your drawing paper. It's 26, but in actual fact it's 20, yes, 26. So don't worry about the decimals. Do not worry about the decimals. There to that end is 24. We have that distance of 30. I'm just putting necessary dimensions. Now I'm just putting necessary dimensions so that I can be able to send them to our students. And we've got that 7 is there, the entire distance. Okay, the entire distance from there to that part. Or rather, from there to there, 143. And then from there to there, it will be that. Yeah. And then the projection symbol, guys, you can just draw it. And yeah, you will get it just like that.